Should the WNBA lower the rim? Before you react, consider why this question sparks such intense debate. On one side, some argue it would boost entertainment, unlock more dunks and draw bigger crowds, making the league more marketable. On the other, many see it as disrespectful, suggesting women need a handicap to be exciting, undermining decades of hard-earned respect. This isn't just about basketball. It's about tradition, equality, and the future of women's sports. Do you change the game for growth or honor the skill and legacy already built? Let's dive into the heart of this controversy. What draws fans into the electrifying world of professional sports? What makes them fill the stands, their faces painted with team colors, their voices hoarse from cheering? What is that magnetic pull that keeps them glued to their screens, following every game, every play, every moment? Excitement. Pure, unadulterated excitement. The thrill of victory, the agony of defeat, the nail-biting suspense of a close game. These are the emotions that fuel the passion of sports fans. It's the shared experience, the sense of community, the feeling of being part of something bigger than themselves. And in basketball, a sport already known for its fast-paced action and incredible athleticism, there's one play that consistently rises above the rest in terms of sheer excitement and crowd-pleasing appeal. Nothing excites like a dunk. The explosive power, the aerial artistry, the sheer dominance of a player rising above the rim to slam the ball home. It's a spectacle that ignites the crowd and sends shivers down the spine. It's a moment of pure, unadulterated basketball bliss. Now imagine a world where dunks are more prevalent in women's basketball. Proponents of lowering the rim say it's a business move, a strategic decision designed to elevate the WNBA to new heights of popularity and profitability. They argue that increasing the frequency of dunks would not only enhance the game's excitement factor but also broaden its appeal to a wider audience. More dunks mean more highlights, those captivating snippets of athletic brilliance that dominate sports broadcasts and social media feeds. More viewers, and more revenue. Increased viewership translates directly into higher ticket sales, lucrative sponsorship deals, and a greater overall financial windfall for the league and its players. Imagine WNBA stars throwing down dunks, a regular occurrence that becomes a signature element of the women's game. Suddenly, the league's marketing potential skyrockets. The WNBA becomes a must-see attraction, drawing in new fans and captivating the attention of the sports world. For casual fans, a slam dunk is an instant hook. It's a highlight reel play that grabs their attention and makes them want to see more. It's not about diminishing skill, the incredible passing, the strategic plays, the defensive prowess that already defines the WNBA, but adding a new layer of spectacle. A layer that enhances the existing product and makes it even more appealing to a broader audience. The NBA added the three-point line for excitement, a move that revolutionized the game and transformed it into the high-scoring, fast-paced spectacle we know today. So why not adjust the rim for the WNBA? Is this a gimmick, a desperate attempt to grab headlines and generate buzz, or a smart evolution, a calculated risk that could pay off handsomely in the long run, a strategic move to grow the league? In pro sports, entertainment is everything. It's the driving force behind ticket sales, television ratings, and the overall success of a league. And sometimes, a little bit of spectacle can go a long way. What if the rim dropped to 9 or 9.5 feet? A few inches could transform the game. Layups and post moves would change, but the biggest shift, the vertical game, more dunks, blocks, and aerial plays, the pace and style would become more explosive. But shooters would need to recalibrate years of muscle memory. Would it boost offense or make the game too easy? And what about the ripple effect? Would youth and college leagues follow? Changing the rim isn't just a tweak, it's a seismic shift for the entire women's basketball ecosystem. Once changed, there's no going back. For many, lowering the rim isn't progress, it's an insult. The 10-foot rim is a symbol of equality, a standard women have mastered for decades. Changing it suggests their game isn't enough, undermining legends who built the league. Why always change the women's game to mirror the men's? Why not invest in better marketing and coverage instead? True equality means respect and resources, not rule changes. The anger isn't stubbornness, it's a defense of dignity and skill. WNBA players aren't playing a lesser game, they're playing basketball, period. Lowering the rim risks erasing hard-won progress. It's about respect, not just the rules. The debate isn't just for fans, it extends far beyond the stands and social media chatter. This is a conversation that's echoing through the very foundations of women's basketball. It's a discussion that involves everyone from casual observers to the most dedicated followers of the game. The question of whether or not to lower the rim has ignited a passionate and multifaceted discussion. Legends and stars are divided, their voices adding layers of complexity to this already intricate issue. These are the women who have shaped the sport, who have dedicated their lives to perfecting their craft on the 10-foot rim. Their perspectives are invaluable, carrying the weight of experience and a deep understanding of the game's nuances. Coach Gino Auriemma, a name synonymous with excellence in women's college basketball, and Elena Del Don, a WNBA superstar known for her versatility and skill, have considered lowering the rim, at least exploring the possibility and its potential impact on the game. They've weighed the pros and cons, considering how it might affect the athleticism, the scoring, and the overall appeal of women's basketball. It's a testament to their commitment to the sport that they're willing to entertain such a radical idea. For entertainment's sake, the goal is to enhance the viewing experience, to attract new fans, and to elevate the profile of the WNBA. In a world saturated with sports and entertainment options, the league is constantly seeking ways to stand out and capture the attention of a wider audience. Del Don wonders, openly questioning if it could boost popularity, if a change in rim height could be the key to unlocking a new level of mainstream success for the WNBA. She recognizes the importance of attracting new fans, and understands that sometimes, bold moves are necessary to achieve significant growth. Not because players need it, not because they lack the skill or athleticism to compete at the current height. It's not about making the game easier for the players, it's about making the game more appealing to the viewers, but for the game's growth. It's a strategic consideration, a calculated risk aimed at expanding the league's reach and securing its long-term viability. The hope is that a lower rim could lead to more highlight reel dunks, higher scoring games, and a more exciting product overall. But icons like Diana Taurasi, one of the greatest scorers in WNBA history, and Sue Bird, a legendary point guard known for her leadership and court vision, fiercely defend, passionately advocate for the 10-foot rim, the standard that has defined basketball for generations. They see it as a fundamental aspect of the game, a challenge that players must overcome to achieve greatness. Seeing any change as a gimmick, a superficial alteration that cheapens their achievements. They believe that lowering the rim would diminish the value of their accomplishments, suggesting that they weren't capable of achieving the same feats on a regulation court. Aja Wilson, a dominant force in the WNBA known for her athleticism and scoring prowess, and many current stars agree. They stand in solidarity with the legends who came before them, upholding the traditions and standards of the game. They believe that the focus should be on showcasing their existing skills and talents, rather than altering the fundamental rules of the sport. Don't lower the standard, don't compromise the integrity of the game by making it easier. They argue that the WNBA should strive for excellence within the existing framework, pushing the boundaries of what's possible on the 10-foot rim. Raise appreciation, elevate the recognition and respect for the incredible talent that already exists within the WNBA. They want the world to see the skill, the athleticism, and the dedication that these athletes bring to the court every single game. For what's already there, the dunks, the crossovers, the pinpoint passes, the tenacious defense, it's all there on display every night. The focus should be on highlighting these existing strengths rather than trying to create artificial excitement. These athletes aren't asking for shortcuts, they've dedicated countless hours to honing their skills, pushing their bodies to the limit, and mastering the game as it is. They've earned their place in the WNBA through hard work, perseverance, and unwavering commitment. They want respect. They deserve recognition for their accomplishments, for the sacrifices they've made, and for the level of skill they've attained. They want to be valued for their abilities, not for their ability to dunk on a lower rim, for their mastery, for their command of the game, for their ability to execute complex plays, make split-second decisions, and perform at the highest level under immense pressure of the game as it is. They've embraced the challenge of the 10-foot rim, and they've proven that they can excel within its constraints. They believe that the beauty of the game lies in its inherent difficulty, in the constant pursuit of perfection. The message, the underlying sentiment that resonates throughout the WNBA community, celebrate the skill, the artistry, the finesse, the strategic brilliance that defines women's basketball. Not just the spectacle. Focus on the fundamentals, the teamwork, the defensive intensity, the intelligent playmaking, the elements that truly make basketball a beautiful and captivating sport. The voices of these legends, the opinions of these influential figures, shape the debate's direction, influencing the conversation and guiding the decision-making process. Their words carry weight, and their perspectives are carefully considered by the league's leadership. The league's future, the trajectory of women's basketball, may hinge on which side prevails. The decision of whether or not to lower the rim could have profound and lasting consequences, shaping the identity of the WNBA for years to come. Their opinions carry real weight, their voices resonate throughout the league, and their influence will undoubtedly play a significant role in determining the future of women's basketball. When we look at the world of sports, we often assume that the rules are universal, applying equally to all athletes regardless of gender. But is that really the case? Are all sports governed by the exact same regulations for both men and women? Is it unusual for men's and women's sports to have different rules? It's a question that challenges our assumptions about fairness and equality in athletics. We tend to think of sports as a level playing field, where everyone competes under the same conditions. To have different rules? The answer might surprise you. A closer look reveals that many sports actually have variations in their regulations based on gender. These differences aren't necessarily about creating inequality, but rather about optimizing the sport for the specific physical characteristics and capabilities of male and female athletes. Not at all. In fact, it's quite common. These modifications are often implemented to ensure fair competition, account for physiological differences, and ultimately enhance the overall viewing experience. Volleyball nets are lower for women. This adjustment allows for more dynamic plays and exciting rallies, taking into account the average height and jumping ability of female players. It's a subtle change, but it has a significant impact on the game. Track and field uses lighter implements in women's competitions. The shot put, javelin, and discus are all designed to be more manageable for female athletes, allowing them to achieve optimal performance and distance, and lower hurdles. This adjustment ensures that women can clear the hurdles safely and efficiently, maintaining the flow and excitement of the race. It's about creating a level playing field where skill and technique are the primary determinants of success. These changes account for physiological differences between men and women, recognizing that men and women have different body compositions, strength levels, and biomechanics is crucial for creating fair and engaging sporting events, and enhance the spectacle for the audience. By tailoring the rules and equipment to suit the athletes, sports become more exciting, competitive, and enjoyable to watch. It's a win-win situation for everyone involved. No one calls these adjustments sexist. They are seen as practical adaptations that improve the sport for all participants. These modifications are not about diminishing women's achievements, but rather about celebrating their athleticism in a way that is both fair and engaging. They're accepted as logical and necessary for fair competition. These standards are the result of careful consideration and analysis, aimed at creating the best possible sporting experience for both athletes and fans. Tennis has different match formats for men and women, with men typically playing best of 5 sets and women playing best of 3. This difference is often attributed to the physical demands of the longer format, but it also contributes to the unique character of each competition, for men and women too. These variations are widely accepted and rarely questioned, highlighting the fact that gender-specific rules are not always seen as controversial. So why is basketball's 10-foot rim so sacred? Why is there such resistance to the idea of lowering the rim in women's basketball, when other sports have readily embraced gender-specific modifications? So sacred? Is it simply tradition? Or are there deeper reasons behind this reluctance to change? The 10-foot rim has been a constant in basketball for over a century, and many believe that it is an integral part of the game's identity. Is it because the dunk, a spectacular and athletic feat, has become synonymous with basketball, particularly in the men's game? The dunk is a highlight reel staple, a symbol of power and athleticism that captivates audiences around the world. Is so central to the appeal of the sport? Lowering the rim might make dunking more accessible to women, but it could also be seen as diminishing the value and excitement of the dunk itself. To the NBA's identity and the way the game is perceived globally, the NBA has built its brand on high-flying action and rim-rattling dunks, and any change that could potentially alter this image is bound to be met with resistance. Or because the leagues are constantly compared, and any deviation from the men's game might be seen as a sign of inferiority. The WNBA has long struggled to gain the same level of recognition and respect as the NBA, and the fear is that lowering the rim could further reinforce this perception of difference. The WNBA wouldn't be breaking new ground, it would simply be adapting the game to better suit the physical capabilities of its athletes, just as many other women's sports have done. Just following a path already paved by other sports that have recognized the importance of tailoring the rules to optimize performance and enhance the viewing experience. Many women's sports already take. Perhaps it's time for basketball to reconsider its stance and explore the potential benefits of a lower rim, not as a sign of weakness, but as a step towards creating a more exciting and engaging game for everyone. This debate boils down to a core question. Is basketball about skill or spectacle? The WNBA is celebrated for its fundamentals, teamwork and shooting, its own unique beauty. Purists fear lowering the rim would devalue these skills in favor of dunks. But others argue pro sports are about entertainment and spectacle draws crowds. Can the league have both, skill and high-flying highlights? Would a lower rim open up the floor for shooters or shift focus away from fundamentals? It's a tug-of-war between tradition and evolution. The league's future depends on which vision wins out. Suppose the WNBA lowers the rim. What happens next? There'd be immediate buzz but also risks. More above-the-rim play could mean more injuries. Would players' achievements be seen as less legitimate, marked by an asterisk? International play would still use 10-foot rims, forcing players to constantly adjust. If ratings don't skyrocket, the league risks alienating loyal fans and players for nothing. Once changed, reversing course would be nearly impossible. The stakes are high, and the consequences unpredictable. It's a gamble with no guaranteed payoff. So what matters more, growing the game or honoring its legacy? Growth means bold changes, chasing bigger audiences and paychecks, even if it means rewriting tradition. Legacy means preserving the league's unique identity and respecting those who built it. True equality is succeeding without concessions, not by lowering the bar. The WNBA story is one of overcoming obstacles, not removing them. Ultimately, it's up to fans. Do you want radical change for growth or to celebrate the game as it is? There's no right answer, only your answer. Think about it.